this is my, I can say, quality, to always think about the positive things. When I realized, okay, I was catching my first win, and for one of my mistakes, I lost it in just a second. It was really hard for me.
You've won one, you've won two. What changed after that?
Honestly, nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Pirovano has done it again!
Some athletes arrive early, some look destined right from the very start, and some take the long road, the road of patience, setbacks, near misses, and quiet belief. Our guest today knows that road very well.
Lara Pirovano.
Lara, welcome. It's great to have you here on Alpine Pulse Unplugged, and I guess you can see I'm a little bit excited here.
Yeah, I am. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here.
Let's start from the beginning. Now, you grew up in Trentino, surrounded by the mountains. Tell our listeners and our audience, what kind of kid were you? Were you sort of born competitive or just enjoying skiing? Tell us about the young Pirovano.
I was really enjoying skiing. I mean, skiing has been my first love, truly. I loved going skiing with my family when I was really, really young. And I was competitive, but just on my skis, not in my life, honestly. But when I was skiing, I was fully there. You know, I had to be the best doing everything. I was always following my father, even if he wanted me to do things that were a little bit crazy, I had to do them, yeah.
When did you start to feel that skiing was fun, but ski racing could be more fun?
I think in the very beginning, because I started doing kids races, you know, not serious thing, but I was pretty good since the beginning. So yeah, I always had fun during ski races.
And of course, you had success as a ski racer very early. Youth Olympics, Junior World Championships. So from the outside, it looked like a very natural, normal, superstar Italian ski racer coming through. But then came the years of being close, really close, but without the big result. What kept you believing through all of those years after being successful younger, but then having to play a patient game?
I don't know. I just think that I had big dreams and I didn't want to stop because of some injuries or some tough times. I mean, I didn't want to believe that I had no chance to make them reality. So I said, no, it's not possible that I have to stop, not because I want to stop, but because there are some things happening to me that makes me want to stop. I don't want it like this.
And how painful, how lonely, how difficult can it be through those injuries, the hospital, and also rehab and comeback? Describe to our listeners how hard that can be.
It's really hard because it's a long road. I mean, ski racing, it's a beautiful sport, but you can truly go from stars to hell in just 1 second. And it's really hard because, yeah, of course, there's a bad part that it's made of surgery, rehab, and a lot of steps you have to do to come back. But also there is a process you have to face that it's, okay, maybe I will not be able to do that again. I will not have the confidence to come back to ski fast, to do the things that I've been used to do in all my life. You know, you start having a lot of doubts, and that's the worst part. I think you have to live with.
But then you and many ski racers have come out the other side of those dark days of injury. Is it fair to say that it makes you a bigger, better, stronger person, or it actually takes away some of that strength that you had before those kind of injuries?
In the beginning, I thought like this. I mean, I thought, how could something like that makes you stronger? I mean, it's not possible. It's just you will have some knees that are so.
Yeah.
You know, you will not have the confidence like you had before. I was sure that these kind of things cannot make you stronger. You can come out of this, but I thought it was wrong to say, okay, now I face this, so I'm stronger than before. But honestly, now I think that if I've been able to reach what I recently reached, it's also because of that tough times. Because when I had to face, another fourth place, another good race, but not good enough, I've been thinking about the hardest times every time.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I faced times when I was on the sofa watching ski races and I didn't have the chance to try. I didn't have the chance to do better. I just watched, and that was the only thing I could do. So to face a bad result, I think after my injuries was easier, because every time I was thinking, okay, today is like this, but tomorrow can be better because I have the chance to do something better. And so now I can say, maybe without all the truly tough times, maybe I would not be here today.
And not with that beautiful
No.
piece of crystal on the table.
Yeah.
What keeps you going on a daily basis? Because when I watched Lara Pirovano, Lolly Pirovano on the TV, you're always smiling. You've always got time for your teammates, even though I know that you're really pissed off. You're fourth again, you're fifth again, you were seventh again. I mean, you've been knocking on the door. What is your... Is it a special pill that you take in the morning? Is it something? Because what is your daily routine that makes you such a happy person when you know sometimes inside it's hurting?
Yeah. I don't know. I've always been smiling a lot since when I was really, really young. And I think that this is my, I can say, quality, to always think about the positive things. Always, it's also a good part of our sport. If I cross the finish line and I know that I've done everything I had and simply someone has been better than me, I can be frustrated, yes, but now things go on and the only thing I can do is to work harder to be better. So I think it's not a good thing to stop too much on a bad result and stay there and say, oh my God, again, I've not been able to reach something I wanted. Okay, things go as they have to go, and they pass.
But I've been following you since 2017, and you have a remarkable, in the build-up in your career, number of good skiing, sometimes great skiing, but not winning. Has there ever been a moment when you've gone, okay, that's enough, I'm out of here, this is just driving me insane? What's kept you going? And where I'm going with this question is, you've had to wait a long time for that little baby on the table.
I don't know. I've always believed in myself. And after every race, I was realizing, okay, maybe something is missing, but I have to look at the good things I'm doing. I'm skiing well. I'm not winning, but I'm always there. So being fourth and fifth in the world, it's not something,
It's pretty cool.
that happens every day to everybody. So I just focused on those things and kept believing that I maybe working better, I could have reached something better too.
Let's talk about the moment everything changes. We're in Val di Fassa. First World Cup win comes by 100th of a second. And everybody's delighted. I can tell you, commentators all over the world are delighted because they like the way you ski. They love your personality. They cannot understand why you're not winning. But then on day 2, you win again by 100th of a second. What do you remember at that exact moment, crossing the line for that very first win?
Crossing the line of the very first win, it was still okay to handle because I had bib 8.
Yeah.
So other great athletes had to come down. So I just had to wait. I knew that my race was okay, but I was not sure it would have been enough for a win or a podium because I was waiting for that, honestly. But the second day has been crazy. The second day I had bib 15, so the last one of the first group. Just for a moment, I thought, okay, maybe it's a joke because I'm racing at home and no, it's not possible 100 again. It's unbelievable.
I was screaming. I was really screaming. And here's the big question. You've won 1, you've won 2. What changed after that?
Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I've always been thinking, oh my God, maybe one day I will be there too, watching other athletes winning and having podiums and great results. I always thought, oh my God, how does it feel? Who knows? And once I reached it, I woke up the next morning and I said, okay, nothing changes. Lara is always Lara. My feeling with ski racing is the same. My feeling with people around me is the same. My feeling with my family, with myself, with my skiing, nothing changes. Yeah, that's been shocking because I thought I was thinking before, my God, something has to change because that would be something amazing. But once I reached it, of course it's beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
but I think it's a good thing that with yourself nothing changes.
And how did it feel? People love the Italian team environment. You're kissing each other, you're hugging each other, they're screaming for each other. But you've been caught in the shadow of 2 amazing, brilliant, legendary racers, Brinone and Gotcha. And how did it feel to finally break out of that shadow? See this, Sophia? See this, Freddy? I know you all love each other. I know you're all the best of buddies, but you must have gone, yes, at least under the table.
Just a little bit.
Oh, good.
Just a little bit, but honestly, of course, in our group, there are 2 legends like Federica and Sofia and other truly strong athletes. But once we are in our group, Sofia is like Laura and it's like Nicole and Elena, and we are all the same. And when someone reaches some results, we can be, of course, happy for them. They maybe reach truly, truly, truly good results instead of... I mean, they're amazing and they are the best of the Italian team, of course. But we can truly be happy for each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're one of the best.
Yeah.
That proves it. That is it. That says it. It's not Sophia's this year. It's Lara's.
It's unbelievable.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And the story gets even better here. I want to tell you a little bit of the story from my side. The journalists. Journalists can be really good guys. Journalists can be the bad guys. And the journalists start saying, Val di Fassa, home race, home resort, home snow. She knows that track. But it's only going to be Val di Fassa. Come the World Cup finals here in Kvitfjell. The pressure is on like you've possibly never felt before. And it all comes together. First and foremost, tell us what it was like wearing the red bib outside of Italy, coming to these World Cup finals, first time in your career.
It was heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
would
It
have.
was really heavy. I mean, of course, a lot of good emotions too, because it's been something amazing for me to have the honor to wear that red bib. It's something made for legends.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So that's been crazy. But the day before the race, I felt, I can say bad, because there was a lot of emotion, really hard to handle. The tension was so uncomfortable, and that's been not easy to face.
But you did face it. You faced it head on. And you proved all of those horrible journalists completely wrong, that it wasn't just 2 wins on your home slope in Val di Fassa. You came here to the World Cup finals and you won victory number 3. Was it business as usual? Did you do anything special? Was there anything magic from the coaches, or it was just eat, repeat, and win number 3?
It was everything the same as the other races during the season. I changed nothing. And just, I was, of course, nervous the day before, and during the night, I think I slept almost 2 hours. I was so stressed and nervous, and I was just waiting for that race to come. So okay, it's done, and I'm free, free of these emotions that are eating me, you know.
Yeah.
But just the moment before the starts, when I was there during my warm-up and everything, I found a kind of calm inside myself, because I've been watching other races on the TV, and I watched Kira's race, and she's been so good that I said, I can maybe today I cannot be like that, because the trainings were not so good for me. And I thought I didn't watch really good the numbers of the standing, you know. So I was thinking that she was behind me just by 40 points. So I said, okay, maybe she's behind 40. Maybe she's gonna win today. I have to stay in the top 3, top 4, and maybe today I cannot do it. I was thinking that on the start. So I started having this feeling of calm, because I said, okay, the only thing I can do now is to focus on my race, focus on my skiing, and trying to give my very best. And if others today are better than me, that's sport. That's how it has to be, maybe. So I just have to focus on what I have to do, and we will see in the finish line once I've done it.
And then you hit the finish line.
Yeah, and I thought it was terrible.
But then you turn around and look at the scoreboard, because I was commentating live. And then all of a sudden,
I don't know, but truly in the last part, when there were no more turns and I just had to stay down like this, the only thing I could say was, oh my God, what a bad race I've done. I had no good feelings, because I know that one was a slope where little mixtape can truly make the difference. And I felt I had some. So I said, okay, it's gone. I know that. And when I crossed the finish line, I usually watch immediately the result, but that time I was afraid, and I waited a little bit. I just stopped, and I said, oh my God, now I have to watch. Now I have to. And when I've seen the green light, I said, no, it's not possible. I was not believing it.
amazing.
Yeah.
So if Val di Fassa was the breakthrough, how would you describe Kvitfjell? I know how I described it on the TV, but how would you describe it? Because even with it feeling bad, you were actually comfortably ahead of the rest of the world.
I think I've been able to put not just my skiing, but also my heart out of the finish line before myself. Yeah, that was a race made with, yeah, good skiing, good sensations and so on, but with a lot of heart. Yeah.
A lot of heart. How long did it take to sink in the finish area before not only you realized you'd won the race, but we're back to that lovely thing again, that you'd actually won your first Crystal Globe? How long did it take for it to become reality, for it to sink in? Or is it still not reality?
That's the right answer. Yeah, that's the right answer. I still can't fully believe in it.
It's there, it's real. Touch it.
Yeah, it is. No, it's crazy. Truly, it's, as I always said, it's something I've always seen for other skiers. I've always dreamed about winning in World Cup, but the globe was too much, even for dreaming about it.
This dream's come true. It's beautiful. Let's move on. Timing. You took your first win at 28 years of age. In a sport that talks a lot about early success, we get very excited about youngsters being good. What does that mean to you, waiting all those years, having to 28 years of age? It's not young, but it's not old, but it's been a long wait.
It's been a long wait, I can say that. And I don't know.
Is it emotional because you
Yeah.
know how long it took you to get there?
Yeah, of course. I think it tastes better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times have you cried when you haven't won? Cried that you made a mistake? Cried that you thought you were going to be faster?
Not a lot of time, but in Cramontana, I cried a lot.
And the reason for the tears?
Because there was not just, in every race, I knew, okay, I can ski well. And if the results don't come, maybe there is some pieces that are missing. But in Cramontana, it was written that things were working. Things were good. I was skiing fast and everything. And I've done 30 gates on 32. Not half a race, not just a piece of it. I was almost in the finish line and I was winning that race. So it was not something, they were not just thoughts or things like this, yeah, I'm skiing good, so maybe I can do that. That was written that.
It was yours.
Yeah.
It was yours. And then tell us what happened.
I had a mistake in the last gate and it was gone like this. And it's been so hard because when I realized, okay, I was catching my first win, and for one of my mistakes, I lost it in just a second. It was really hard for me because I felt it was my fault. In other races, when a fourth place, if I know I gave everything I had and things don't come out, I can say, okay, today it's okay like this, tomorrow will be better. But to realize that I lost something so big and it was my fault, that was really, really hard.
You still look pissed off now, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. But later I also tried to see at the bright side of the thing. So yeah. I was going truly full gas. And when you go full gas, especially in a discipline like Super G, the mistake is really easy. Mm. So yeah, maybe If I would have been not on my 100%, but maybe 80 or 90, yeah, maybe I, I could have crossed the finish line, but not with a win.
I guess that's part of the learning curve. Some ski racers have a terrible day in the office and they're able to just throw it in the bin like a piece of paper. It's gone. But other racers, it gets stuck up there
Yeah.
and keeps haunting you almost. Do you have those nightmares still? Or now those 3 downhill wins mean that there's no more haunting?
No. I've been thinking about it, I think, for 2 or 3 days. I've been really, really sad about it. But once I put my skis on again, everything was gone.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
It's got to be the way. For young ski racers who are desperate to hear more about you,
Yeah.
if it goes wrong on Saturday, let's start again on Sunday.
Yeah, it is.
It's got to be the
Yeah.
way. Let's talk a little bit more about the Italian team. One thing that stands out about your team to everybody, you see it on the TV, you see it everywhere, is how close you all seem to be. Melisi, Cortoni, Bassino, and then the athletes like Fedi and Sofia, who have led the way for years. How much of that environment has helped you in your journey to becoming our new downhill champion?
I've always said that since I won the globe, this would have not been possible without my team, because to be in a strong team and with strong goals at the Italian ones, it really helps you to grow. So to always have someone who makes you try to go faster in the trainings, and that's the most important part, I think.
It's fantastic because the team camaraderie, we say, it feels like you love each other.
Yeah, we do.
And yes, but you all ski against each other. So the team is solid as a rock. But then when you get to the start gate, it doesn't matter at all. It's each and every skier for themselves.
Yeah, of course.
That's kind of unique. Would you agree?
Yeah, it is, but we are used to it because we know that's an individual sport, so we have fun each other. We help each other when it's time. But I know that when I go to the start gate, I race for myself, and Sofia does for herself, and everybody, and it's the same for everybody. So it's not hard to handle, I think.
And it's wonderful when you're all celebrating together. But does that team help you when it's going Cramontana, when it's going horribly wrong? Is that also maybe one of the secret characteristics to the success of the Italian team? You're all together when you're winning, but you're all together when you're losing as well.
When we are together, we can have a lot of time, a great time. We can have fun, and so they help not to think about bad things too much.
Yeah.
That's what truly helps in bad times. Yeah.
They're very special. Very special
Yeah, it
group
is.
of people, and it's quite unique. Let's move on to the icy slope. Where we have a message from someone who knows you very well and who shares a lot with you. But you don't know who it is, do you? Good,
No.
because I do.
Ciao Lolly, I have 2 questions for you. What's the biggest lesson you have learned from this past season as a human being? What do you bring with you? And the second one is, who is your role model?
She's Elena.
As in Elena Cortoni.
Yeah, Elena Cortoni. Oh, and I think the biggest lesson I learned, it's not to give up.
It's a simple but
Yeah,
very important
it
one.
seems simple because a lot of people can say it, and
Yeah.
it's not a new thing to hear, but truly it's not to give up, because if you keep believing in yourself and truly work hard for what you want, maybe with patience and hard work and time, maybe you will get there.
You waited 9 years
Yeah.
from your World Cup debut to this season. So I think those words are on point, we would say. What about the second question?
My role model, oh my God, that's hard. In sport, I would say maybe Lara.
She's another lady that's
Yeah,
impatient.
I've always
maybe.
been in love with her, so she's my favorite skier. When I was facing hard times, especially in my GS seasons, when it was hard to come back, especially after the injuries, I was thinking about her hard times because she had to after the injury and so on. And so especially when I was watching her winning again, I said, okay, she has done it, so maybe I can do something like that too.
Yeah, she's an amazing skier, wonderful role model. And but now you're starting to become the role model.
Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know. I would like to be, but especially for these things, too. I've been able to reach something, but thanks to patience and hard work and the quality of waiting.
Yeah. I think there are a lot of young female skiers out there right now who are really loving those words because it doesn't come overnight, as you know.
Yeah.
And you waited a long time. But now it's all there. Oh, it's really all there. Let's talk a little bit about the sea or switching off. There's another side of you that I really like, and I know your fans do, the sea, diving, getting away from the mountains. What is it that you find there, and how does it help you?
I find peace, truly. When I can go to the sea, it's like going outside of this world and take the pressure off for, even if it's for just 2 or 3 days, but it's something that helps me charging batteries and find some time for myself.
So you'd rather go to the sea than the mountains if the time is right?
Yeah, of course.
You said that a bit
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
Of
I'm
course.
completely sure about that.
I wanted to ask you a few questions as well about your friends and energy. You seem someone that really values people, this team connection. How important is it for you, especially in sport, that can be quite individual? What do people maybe misunderstand about you from the outside?
I don't know.
I think you're beautiful, lovely, and sweet, but I didn't realize you had that killer instinct to win races. That's what I misunderstand. What do you think people misunderstand?
Maybe this part too.
Yeah, I think you're beautiful, sweet, wonderfully spoken, but when that thing's at stake, when you start defending that title, I think we're going to see a different Lolly Pirovano.
Yeah, and it's something I cannot understand too, if I stop and think about it, honestly.
But do you think it's something that you're going to work on, killer instinct, defending that crown? Because it would be nice to see you here this time next year with the second one.
No, it's something I have in myself, and I don't know where it where it comes. I don't know, truly. It's something that when I've been thinking about it sometimes, because during downhill seasons, I've always had really bad trainings, and the day before races, I was going to my ski man and my coaches and saying, okay, tomorrow maybe I have to go 3 seconds faster. And I don't know how to do that, because today I felt like I was giving my 100%. So maybe tomorrow it will be a truly bad race. And then suddenly it comes the race, and I can find in myself something that I don't know I have inside me. And I don't know why.
It's the winner's instinct.
Maybe, but
Not maybe.
it's
I think
something
truly.
I don't have to think about. When there is the race and I open the Stargate, I can give something I don't know I have inside me.
That's wonderful. Which brings me on perfectly to what's next. After a season like this, do you feel more free? now of what you've done, or do you feel more hungry? You've got the taste.
I was feeling free also before winning that.
I like that.
And I was feeling hungry, as I feel now. So, as I said, Lara is the same, and what I do remains the same. I will always open the Stargate to win, and I will watch the result in the finish line.
Do you honestly think that 3 victories is enough?
No.
I'm glad you said that. That was a very fast answer. You see how quick that came? No. Okay. We agree. And what do you feel next season is going to be about? Now you know that little magic thing is inside there. We call it the winner's instinct. It comes
I've
naturally.
always knew that.
You've known it's there. You've always known it. Do you think you can bring it out for 10 races next season?
I hope so. I hope so. I think I can bring it in every race, but of course the results depends also on other ski races, and they are amazing too, and they can win too. So I'm sure that I will always put everything into my races and always put my winning instinct, but it depends on other things, of course.
I think that winning instinct's going to be very, very interesting to follow. Let's finish up, Lara. Rapid fire. Quick questions. First thing that comes into your mind. But having just done this interview, I think I know half the answers already. But let's go. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Sea or mountains?
Sea.
Ah, see, they're not going to be tricky till the end. Diving or powder skiing?
Oh, diving.
Yeah, we thought of it. Sunrise swim or sunset aperitivo?
Sunset aperitivo.
I love those. Pizza or sushi?
Pizza.
Pasta or burger?
Pasta.
Easier. Sweet or salty?
I never know how to answer on this one. It depends.
You could all say both. Coffee or iced coffee?
Coffee.
Yeah, again, you're Italian. You have to say coffee. Summer or winter?
I love summer.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it's the end of the season, so we're all yearning for the summer.
I love ski races, so that's the best part of winter with Christmas, but summer it's the best.
Okay, so the next one's oh no, maybe not. Beach day or boat day?
Boat day.
Big group dinner or small circle?
Small circle.
Music before a race, calm or hype?
Calm.
Right or left ski boot first?
Right. Always right.
Win by 3/10 or by 100th?
I have to say 100.
You've done it twice! Only person in one season to do it. That's a record that'll stand for a long time. Here we go, an interesting one. Val di Fassa or Kvitfjell?
That's hard because in Kvitfjell I have a lot of great memories for the European Cup too, but Val di Fassa is home, so...
There you go. Funniest teammate?
I cannot choose one.
Okay, I won't either then. Most stylish teammate?
Roberta.
One word for this season.
Unbelievable.
I said that in my commentary. That makes me feel good. One thing people don't know about you.
My calm side, I think.
We're learning that. Post-race craving.
Pasta. Pasta is the best.
I agree. Relief today or hunger?
It's the end of the season, so relief.
Great words. Lara, thank you. Not for just those 0.01s or a fabulous season, but for everything behind them. Because your story is not just about winning, it's about staying, believing, and waiting for the right moment. And when that moment came, you took it. From first victory to back-to-back wins to your new baby, the Crystal Globe. This is one of the stories of the season. Thank you.
Thank you.
And to all of our listeners, thank you for joining us. You know you can watch us on all of the platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and don't forget FIS TV to see more of the heroes of the World Cup Tour. And I'm so glad we found enough time to get our newly crowned downhill champion into this season's series, because I'm sure you'll agree. What a beautiful and amazing lady. And we know the fastest skier of the season. Many thanks for your company. It's goodbye for now. Alpine Pulse is an official podcast of the FIS, produced by Maniac Studios.